You're going to learn 1,000 things, and this is just one of the 1,000 things, and then you're going to turn it into some art at some point. But I can't turn it into art for you, and I can't show you exactly how you should use this. But if you just kind of like listen to your own muse and you keep following it, like eventually you'll find something where it's like, okay, like that's not Joe Pass and it's not Chet Atkins, and it's not Bob Dylan and it's not Jackson Browne, and it's it's like this is actually something that like sounds like me. And some of your influences are like they come out through osmosis, like not necessarily like, okay, I'm gonna play a Joe Pass thing because that would be sick because people like Joe Pass. And great. It's more like, oh, I wrote this thing and I didn't realize it, but I did this diminished chord thing that's like on that Elliott Smith song I really like.
And I think kind of going back to what you were saying earlier, there is this talking about through lines. I do find that if there is any through line consistent with anyone who gets to that place of being able to feel as though your thing that you are serving is your thing, and it is that amalgamation of all those different influences and skills that you've developed. It's that there are times towards the beginning of that journey where it's like you have to put on other skins. Like I have to play like Chet Atkins. I need to put that suit on for a second, and that's really interesting. I can't really think of many exceptions to that role for people. It's almost like it's innate in the learning process that you need to take on those different views, those different like embody those different characters almost to figure out what that thing is for you, and to even just point yourself in the direction of whatever that muse is. It's I don't know why that is for people. Like I don't know why, but I feel like everyone who obsesses over music and ends up falling in love with it,
do you think
does that?
Do you think finding that stage where you kind of become your own artist, do you think that's something that you can like consciously work towards, or do you think that's something that just kind of comes to you on its own? Because I still feel like I'm in that stage of like learning and copying other people, and like how do you get there?
Well, there was an interesting interview that I was watching where like a kid was asking Kurt Rosenwinkel how you find your own voice, and he said like, don't even worry about it. Like just do whatever your he said two things. First thing, he was like, just try to play as well as you can. Yeah. And he was like, and don't worry if it's your voice or someone else's voice. Like just do whatever your version of playing well is.
That's true.
And I made the realization that's like, no one's going to be like, oh, is that like Wes Montgomery? Like, but no, it's Lyle Brewer. It's like, no one's going to mistake me for being like, whatever, Charlie Hunter or Wes Montgomery or Joe Pass.
Like as much as you try, it's inevitably, it's just by definition, it's not that thing.
Right. I'm not, so I kind of stopped worrying about that. And then he also said something interesting. He was like, you should, he was basically like, you should like write your own music. And that really changed everything. Because I think I was in a place where, the things I was pursuing musically were entirely based on what was needed for, like, I was just accompanying people. So I was like, sound like George Benson or sound like whoever, Brad Paisley or whatever. And so I think part of the reason I started playing solo guitar and writing my own stuff is I felt like that was a necessary bar that I had to jump over it. I had to say, if I really have something to say here with this music, then I should be able to say it all by myself. And it should be able to stand up on its own. And not like an arrangement of some tune or, a transcription of somebody else's music. And I think that really changed like the whole trajectory of my career. Because, it was really challenging because you're responsible for everything and you're responsible for, all the creation of all the music and all the playing of all the music. But it gave me a tremendous sense of like comfort and like a sense of who I am. because, you can take all the influences away and you could say, well, like I think those records still like stand up, and and it allowed me to kind of figure all those things out through music, rather than being like, what do I sound like, and trying to like quantify it in my head. It was like, no, just write and it'll take care of itself.
If you like that clip, you should check out the full podcast. There'll be a link somewhere around here. Click on it and go there and subscribe to our main channel.